Here's the payoff. Deep into center field. Going way back. Back it goes!
Oh my gosh!
A monster moonshot here in Sacramento as Murakami, a grand slam here in the 7th.
That was a grand slam from Chicago White Sox third baseman Munetaka Murakami. Murakami's now third in all of the MLB in home runs with 8 on the season.
How many hits does he have that aren't home runs? He swings
7. He has more home runs than he has regular hits.
There you go. He swings like he is mad at the baseball, and he is trying to absolutely kill it. I don't think he's that old of a guy. I want to say like 24, 25.
26.
Okay, there you go. So he has time to be a better hitter, but man, if he gets a hold of it, that baseball is destroyed. 8 home runs, 7 hits. I absolutely love seeing guys come over and having, I don't know if it, I don't know what I want to call it success, because I don't think he's hitting particularly well from an average standpoint, but coming over and being immediately entertaining. Baseball is in such a fun spot right now. There's so many guys to watch in so many different directions. I admitted this a couple weeks ago. The multicast, I'm all over it. I've got 3 baseball games up on my screen more often than I ever thought I would already to start this season, because there's so many guys I want to keep an eye on. Like last week when you have the Angels and the Yankees playing, and Mike Trout and Aaron Judge blasting home runs at the top and bottom of every inning. It's fantastic. It's very, very entertaining.
You want to know what my favorite part about the home run race is right now?
Do tell.
Munetaka Murakami is 6'2".
Yeah.
The other people ahead of him, Jordan Walker,
Okay.
6'4", 250.
Sure.
Aaron Judge,
6'8".
Jordan Alvarez,
How big is Jordan?
like 6'5", 6.
He's a big old dude, but dude, 6'2" is not small.
6'4", 237.
Yeah, those are big guys swinging the bat real hard, and we already talked about it with the flamethrowers that you're seeing in baseball, throwing the ball 100 miles an hour at them. And yes, I know that it's not the baseball we're used to, where it's like, hey, get the bat on ball, get on base. It's not easy to do against these pitchers, and it's not easy to get one past these hitters. And if they get a hold of it, see ya baseball. So hopefully Cal Raleigh can get himself into that, because that is not a home run list without a big dumper.
More than a lot. He shoots this into center field. Knuckling Julio reaches up, jumps backwards, and makes the catch on a Wakefield knuckleball to center field.
Off the bat, and what that is for Julio Rodriguez, that's a 108-mile-an-hour knuckleball. Until this baseball, about 30 feet away from Julio, decides it's going to take a hard right turn.
A hard right turn?
Yeah, no big deal. Did you watch it?
108 off the bat?
Yeah.
And it just,
Dude, the A's hit the ball hard. So did Dom Canzone last night, of all people. He was ripping the cover off the baseball, but just not enough for the Mariners last night. But Julio doesn't get enough credit for how good of a defender he is. And that was one of those plays where I don't want that ball coming at me. I mean, we talked about the 100-mile-an-hour pitches. 108-mile-an-hour knuckleball at you in center field. The way that guy navigates the center of the outfield is awesome. Anyways, that one is absolutely terrifying.
I can't imagine 108 off the bat, but I pulled this clip because I kind of wanted to talk more about the A's.
Yes, please.
Where do you think they're going to end up at the end of the season?
I don't know. I mean, their bullpen is not spectacular. They're trying out a new closer last night, and they were able to get things done. The Mariners had the bases loaded and an opportunity to score in the bottom of the 8th, but didn't figure anything out. Maybe it wasn't bases loaded. Maybe it was just Canzone getting to third. But either way, they weren't able to do it. They ran out of hitters. They ran out of pitchers. But the A's are a very, very tough lineup. There are dudes all over the place in that lineup, and it is a difficult lineup to navigate for any pitching staff, let alone when you're trying to rest some of your bullpen arms like it was last night. It's one after another of these guys that are just going up there and crushing it. So yeah, they're going to be, I think, in the mix. I don't know if they'll be in the mix. I have not figured out this division at all. The Astros look like they're going to be bad just because their pitching is so bad and their injuries are already piling up. So that's kind of surprising. I don't know how good Texas is, but they look like they're going to be okay. If Mike Trout is healthy and the Angels can get something going, honestly, I don't know where the Mariners are going to be when all the dust settles in this, because right now it is not a great start for a team that had a ton of expectations. But the A's playing with none of that and playing in a minor league ballpark, so I wouldn't be surprised if they were there, but I don't want to say it with any confidence because there's a lot of teams still trying to figure things out this early.
Second down, Brown, end zone, he's got it for the touchdown. Darius Williams asking for a flag, he won't get it, and A.J. Brown has his first touchdown of the year.
That was a highlight from last season. A.J. Brown. Possible trade talks about him. I know we talked about it a little bit yesterday.
Yep.
Where do we see A.J. Brown as the best fit? I know there's talks about him going to the Patriots.
Well, it sounds like that's a done deal. The only reason they're waiting until after June 1st is because otherwise it would be a $40 million cap hit for the Eagles. So it sounds like it's going to be a reunion with his former head coach, Mike Vrabel, and going to play with the runner-up for the MVP, Drake May. That seems like a pretty good fit. But how often do we see it and go, oh, that seems like a no-brainer, and then it doesn't exactly work? You have a team that was pretty selfless last year, and Drake May was saying all of the right things in the interviews. Stephon Diggs even stayed quiet. So you wonder if A.J. Brown will go in there and be a disruption. I have a feeling that there's a lot of other pieces in Philadelphia that cause some chaos and make it difficult for a guy like Brown. But he certainly fits the mold of that diva wide receiver that is not very easy to play with, and you have a young quarterback. I don't know if it will end up being a good thing, but hey, Mike Vrabel getting the distractions out of the way early, so there'll be plenty to talk about besides just A.J. Brown.
I did see the clip of
Diana. No, sorry.
If you haven't seen it, there's a clip of when the Titans traded A.J. Brown originally. Vrabel walks out of the room. Vrabel is beside himself, gets up, pushes in his chair. You could see the big sigh of kind of anger and frustration. He gets his boy back.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, feels like a good fit considering you have a coach that already knows the guy. Yeah. All right. Well, let's do this. Let's do one more for the road. What would be the strangest thing to land in your backyard? We have one entry from the Temecula Valley. We'll do that and answer your text messages and YouTube chat comments. We do that next. It is one more for the road on Happy Hour. This is 105.1 and the Fan Sports Network.
The Fan.
go to your local library and just check out a copy of the podcast. Casey, what are the people saying on the fan text line and the YouTube chats?
Shout out Will Johnson on the YouTube chat. Go Steelers.
That's the one you had to get to.
And then Eric also says, lowercase and Luke, thanks for getting it up and running.
Oh, yeah.
Can't take credit for it. Thank you, Auntie Dan.
We did none of the work. Yes, big shout out to Dan. Did you catch the video of Dan doing some sort of dance when he was testing out the YouTube feed? Have you seen that video?
No, I haven't.
You need to ask him about that. So he was doing like one of the tests and wanted to make sure that he was moving on camera and went live out with his little dance. It's a very funny story. If you've not heard that one, I can't remember what the dance was, but it was something from something that would have embarrassed most people. Pretty funny stuff. Let's do... So imagine you're sitting down watching TV and slowly and silently an aircraft lands in your backyard. That's what happened to a Temecula man. He was sitting there and had no idea that a hot air balloon with 13 people was running out of fuel and getting knocked around by wind gusts and decided they need to make an emergency landing. And the destination was his backyard. Neighbors called him and said, hey, what's going on in your yard? He said, what are you even talking about? And then goes out there, and there is a whole basket full of people just hanging out. Would that be one of the stranger moments? Have you ever encountered an emergency landing with an aircraft?
Can't say I have.
That's a wild one to me because it's dead silent, right?
And they're sneaking up on you too. I'm just going about my business.
Yeah. When I was a kid, we grew up on a dairy farm in Southwest Washington. If anybody's familiar with Vancouver and you drive down 164th, which is a main thoroughfare in northeast Vancouver, there's a dairy farm. My family grew up on that dairy farm. It was Anderson Dairy. We once had a helicopter, like a big military helicopter, have to do an emergency landing in one of the fields, and everybody just kind of popped out. I don't know what exactly the scenario was, but they let us go and check out the helicopter. It's one of the big double prop, huge military helicopters, and we got to do a whole check and see. That was pretty cool. The terrifying one, we weren't terribly far from the Larch Mountain Correctional Facility. We had this shop that was probably 60 yards, 50 yards maybe from our house. And we had a freezer out there that kept all of our meat and frozen goods out there. So one day I go out there. We always had outside dogs because it's a farm. So I went out there and I'm going out to grab, steaks or burger or whatever we needed. And as we go out there, the dog just runs at me, does a big circle around me, then tears off the yard. And we had a fully armed SWAT team running through the yard. And they just start yelling at me to get the dog away from him. Now, I have no control over this dog. Our dogs were not trained. They were farm dogs.
Very much independent.
Very much so. It was just my mom always wanted to have a dog around for whatever reason. I guess it was our security alarm, but it would always live on the front porch under the cover. We would feed it. We would water it. And that was about the most control we had over it. It goes up and runs, and these guys fully armed with automatic weapons, get back in the house. And I'm like, what's going on? And, whatever. I'm trying to get the dog, whatever. Apparently somebody had broken out of the correctional facility. That is not what you want in the backyard. I will switch that for a hot air balloon any day of the week. Big thank you to everybody that listened. Thank you, Casey Smith. Thank you, Isaac Ropp. We are all done for now. Bye-bye.
Come on.